Welcome to Nutrition Dance Kitchen week 24. Got lots of fun stuff to do today. So today I'm going to show you another healthy recipe that you can make, along with getting some pretty healthy movement in order to hopefully inspire you to live a healthy lifestyle. Also, we have our gift card drawing for all of those who liked and shared weeks 21, 22, and 23. We have the drawing today on week 24, and of course I'm going to be sharing some value too. My name is Sissy Delafano. I am a certified weight loss management specialist and a health coach, and it's my goal this year to do one cooking video a week to show you how to prepare a healthy meal, along with getting some healthy movement in to hopefully inspire you to live a healthy lifestyle. So today I am going to be showing you Spinach Ricotta Casserole, and it is so yummy, you guys. And it's not a lot of ingredients, which I really like, and it doesn't take a whole lot of time. So the first thing you want to do is get you some spinach, okay? And I purchased the frozen Publix spinach, just like the store brand. And this is actually 10 ounce. Now the recipe calls for 16 ounces. So I purchased 2 of these and I used like 1.5, okay? So you want to completely thaw this out. All right, and then I actually used a cheesecloth because I can be fancy like that in the kitchen, but I used a cheesecloth to squeeze the spinach, all the water out of the spinach, and a cheesecloth is very good to do that with spinach, with cauliflower, with a lot of vegetables that hold a lot of water. And it's just a very thin cloth like this. And I just opened it up and I put the spinach in there, and you squeeze it and it gets all of the water out. So for the casserole is not going to be runny, you know. I know before I learned the trick of the cheesecloth, I had made a cauliflower pizza crust, and it turned out horrible because I didn't squeeze all the water out. So I swear by this now. So you want to get a cheesecloth, squeeze all the water out of the spinach, and then you're going to use a cooking spray and lightly spray like a 1.5 quart casserole dish. And then you're going to spread the spinach on the bottom of this, okay? And now we're going to put the rest of the ingredients together. I'm going to show you how to put it together, how easy it is, and then it'll be ready to toss in the oven at the end. So the meat for this recipe is, or the protein, I should say, are eggs. So you want 6 eggs. So I'm going to go ahead and break the 6 eggs here. And hopefully I can do this flawlessly without getting the shells in the mix here. But I have my gloves on just in case it gets ugly and dirty. Okay. 3, and there's a shell, but that's okay. I got it out. All right, so 6 eggs. We're on number 4. Get out of there. There we go. It always helps when you talk to them, you know? They tend to be a little bit more cooperative. I hope you guys are having a great week so far. It's Tuesday, woohoo! All right, and this is number 6. Okay, so I got my 6 eggs, and I have my little whisk here, so I'm gonna go ahead and whisk them up. because it makes it easier once I put some of the other ingredients in there, and you'll see. Okay, so the next ingredient calls for 1.5 cups of ricotta cheese. So I have the part skim ricotta cheese here, and I'm going to scoop out 1.5 cups of the cheese. So I have my little measurers here. And I actually made this earlier. It makes 4 servings. So you know what? That's what you call meal prepping, you know? So I made one casserole earlier, so that's 4 servings. And then I'm making another one now, so that's going to be 8 servings of dinners that I don't have to worry about this week. So win-win. That's what I call that, a win-win. Okay, so there's 1 cup of the part skim ricotta. And then here is my 1/2 cup measuring. Let's see if I can not make a mess. It almost, like 1.5 cups is almost a full container of this, but, excuse me, not quite a full container, so that's why I still measure it out. Okay, so there's my 1/2 cup. So that's my 1.5 cups of part skim ricotta cheese. And then the next ingredient we are going to use is part skim mozzarella cheese. Y'all know this is gonna be good with all this cheese, right? So we want 1/2 cup of the part skim mozzarella. So here's my little 1/2 cup. There we go, and look at that, perfect. 1/2 cup of the mozzarella. And then it calls for 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. So I just had the Parmesan Romano, and you can get, you know, the reduced fat one, but if you look at the labeling, it's not a whole lot of difference in the regular and the reduced fat. So I just have the regular, and this is 1/4 cup of the Parmesan cheese. Toss that in there. And then it calls for a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. So I've got my little teaspoon here. So I'm gonna like squeeze out the Dijon mustard, toss that in there. And then it calls for 1/4 teaspoon of garlic and 1/2 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. So I'm gonna do 1/4 teaspoon of the garlic on this end. And then the other side is 1/2 teaspoon. Put that in there since it's got the mustard on it. Alright, so now I got my 1/2 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Voila! And then also you can put salt and pepper on it to taste if you would like. But I'll post the recipe at the bottom like I always do, so you guys can try this. It is delicious. Okay, so once you have all of that in your mixing bowl, you're just going to mix it, blend it, blend it, blend it, whisk, whisk, whisk. Get all those cheeses mixed together with the egg and the spices. Yummy, yummy. Okay. And then once you have it mixed together, you're going to just put this on top of the spinach that you already have in your casserole dish. And you're going to put the oven on 350, and you're going to cook it. The recipe says about 35 to 40 minutes. The one that I cooked earlier, and I think honestly it just depends on how your 1.5 quart baking dish is. This one is a little bit bigger, wider than the one that I use, and I'll show you in just a moment. So this one will probably get finished in about 35 to 40 minutes, but the one that I cooked earlier, it actually took about 50 minutes. So just to, you know, make sure the eggs were done. So, ooh, all right, I'm gonna tear it up, make a mess. All right. So that's it, you guys. That's all there is to the prep work. Then all you have to do is put it in the oven for, like I said, about 35 to 40 minutes, but you know, check it of course to make sure it's done. And then when it comes out, I'm going to show you what it looks like. And this is what it looks like, and I'm gonna hide that. There's a little piece missing, which is actually funny because I had to have some, so I wanted to try it, and it's so good. It is delicious. But this is what it looks like, the finished product. And if you see what I mean with the casserole dish, this one's a little bit smaller and deeper, so the egg, it took a little bit longer to cook. So it was about 50 minutes and it was done, but it's so good, so good. So I hope you guys try this spinach ricotta casserole. It's delicious, it's yummy, it's healthy, it's nutritious. It makes 4 servings, like I said. So, you know, with me and my husband, I'll have the 2 casseroles. So it's gonna be 4 meals each for us. So that's awesome. So the more you can always prep in advance, the better, right? So it keeps you from like just trying to grab something quick, which we'll talking about in a minute. But okay, so I got my little blower. It's a gift card drawing time. So thank you all who liked and shared weeks 21, 22, and 23. And of course, every 4th video, I do a drawing. So if you share today, which is 24, 25, or 26, which, by the way, week 26, you guys, is going to be halfway through the year. Halfway through the year. Can you believe it? So if you share 24, 25, and 26, your name will get entered into the next drawing on week 27 for the next gift card, okay? So, and if you share one of the 3 weeks, your name gets entered once. If you share 2, it gets entered twice. And if you share all 3, it gets entered 3 times. So the better chances you have of winning. So let's see, I'm going to close my eyes and pull a tag out. And we have Melissa Pena. Woo! Melissa, awesome. Congratulations, girl. Woo! Thank you so much, everyone, for liking and sharing. And continue to like and share. And let's get the world healthy, okay? Because nothing feels as good as healthy. I tell you that right now. So the value, I always like to leave with a little bit of value. And what I wanted to do is I wanted just to read a little excerpt of the program that I coach, the program that helped me lose 72 pounds in 6 months. And I swear by it. I love it so much. But one thing I wanted to read, and then I'll share a little value with you. So it says, getting food today takes almost no effort at all. Perhaps you go to your local fast food restaurant, you pull into the drive-thru and you use a button to lower your window. You've burned 2 calories so far. You shout into the speaker and place your order, another 2 calories. You drive to the pickup window, grab your supersized burger, fries, and drink, and place them on the seat next to you. You might use 8 calories lifting that big order. So 3 minutes later, it's all eaten. How far we've come from our days of actually having to go out and hunt for our food and gather our food, right? So let's do the dietary math on this fast food trip. Calories consumed, 1,500. Calories expended as energy, 12. So you can see what is wrong with this picture, right? So the value that I want to share with you today is I want you to start journaling, okay? So if you may not have ever journaled before, you may not have ever used a journal before, but there is evidence to suggest that people who write down their goals and use their journal to monitor their own progress are more successful in the long run. So it is very eye-opening when you start keeping track of everything that goes into your mouth. You know, you just don't realize it until you actually pay attention to it, you know? And I use this example a lot. I remember before, you know, I started my health journey, it would be, you know, like nothing. It would be like almost a daily practice that on my way to work, I would swing into Starbucks because there was a Starbucks right in the parking lot of my work. And I would get one of those egg and cheese, like little snack trays. And I would get a grande vanilla latte, right? And just those 2 items together, like I thought I was eating healthy, okay? This is like, I would get the little fruit and cheese tray, or the egg, you know, the one with the egg and the peanut butter and the little pita bread, and a grande vanilla latte and a water. And I was like, whew, I'm making a smart choice, you know? But then after I really started like paying attention to nutrition and learning about nutrition, I realized that actually what I was starting my day with was about 1,200 calories and about 60, 70 grams of sugar, okay? And I had no idea. I had no idea. I thought I was making a healthy choice. So if you would like help with your nutrition, you know, that's what I do. I am a health coach. I love helping people get healthy. So please reach out. I would love to work with you and, you know, celebrate you and help you have the same success. So I hope you guys have an amazing week. I hope you try the Spinach Ricotta Casserole. It's delicious. And on that note, we're going to dance it out. Congratulations again, Melissa Pena, for winning the Amazon gift card. I will be in touch with you later this evening and get you that gift card. But you guys, there is no feeling like being healthy. So if you're sick and tired of feeling sick and tired, let's do something about it, okay? It's not too late. You can do it. I believe in you. I know you can do it. Be blessed, you guys. Have an awesome week. The 80s dance.